So if you're watching this video, you probably want to be more successful, or you saw the thumbnail and said, oh man, that is one hot piece of I really hope this guy takes his shirt off in the video. Second thing might happen, but if you're the first person who I'm more so talking to in this video, I'm going to tell you 4 things that if you do these, you'll instantly be a lot more successful, because these 4 things just stop you from being successful. And pretty much everyone does these things. So if you stop doing them, it's just going to be infinitely more easier for you to move forward. So first thing you should do, if you want to be instantly more successful, you don't have to do this forever. Just move. Seriously. One of the things that's going to eat up more of your time than anything else, especially when you're trying to build something or evolve as a person, is friends and family. Every single weekend, you're going to have friends, preferably your younger friends that you knew when you were growing up or in college or 18, college, whatever. Just, you know, the degenerate friends that everybody has. They're fun. You love them. You don't have to hang out with them every single weekend. You don't have to see them constantly. You don't have to be participating in little social groups that really aren't heading in the right direction. Unless your social group is all made up of people that are extremely successful and more successful than you, there's no real benefit growth-wise to having this social group, at least from a Machiavellian kind of point of view. Most important thing you can do, if you want to be more successful, is free up your time. Get out of these social groups. Get out of the family constantly hassling you. Just move and go be on your own for 1 to 2 years in a place where you don't know anybody and just put your head down and work. People that do that are always very successful. I don't know anybody who's done that. Who's like, oh yeah, I moved away from everybody and I just worked on a business or whatever I wanted to do with my life for 2 years and I didn't become more successful. No one says that ever. It's always the people like, man, you know, Alex, I want to start a business, but I got this girlfriend and I got my friends. My friends have to take me to dinner every weekend. We have to go and eat cake and drink beer. And if I moved away, my mom would be like, I am super mad at you and you don't come see me every weekend. And so Alex, I couldn't possibly, I have to trade my entire life happiness to make these people happy. I couldn't possibly. No, it sounds as silly as when I say it in my silly voice. Number 2, just give up on obtaining material things for a while. Just give up on it. Like a lot of people, they get stuck in these cycles. Like, why do people work these jobs that they hate and they make like 50 to 80K a year? Even less than that. Why do people work these jobs they hate? Well, so they can buy stuff. Look, when I got out of the military, my rent was like $300 to $500 a month, and I lived in a college town. Of course, I lived in a house with 3 other dudes. However, my entire life expenses were like $1,000 a month, $1,200 a month. Is that some luxury, great lifestyle? No, but I was fine. And it allowed me to go and build my businesses and work on things without being too stressed about it. I mean, most people can generate $2,000 to $3,000 a month if you just go bag groceries at Whole Foods. They pay $15 an hour now. Are you gonna be rich? No. Or let's say you just have a pretty good job where you can work online. Why not just move into like a lifestyle where you don't need any money, you don't need to chase things? Because the main reason why people chase things, I'll tell you this, because I've owned some cool things. I've gotten the cool Lamborghini, I've gotten the giant house. All that happens when you get the Lamborghini and the giant house is if you ever eaten a piece of cake and be like, damn, that was a really good piece of cake. It's the same exact thing. You're like, wow, this is a cool Lamborghini, this is a cool house. And then suddenly you're just in this giant big box and you got this car, which takes you places like any other car. And you're like, okay, this was cool. But now you're like stuck doing things you don't want to do and having to work in ways you don't want to work. It's like saying these things. If you just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to stop trying to impress people by buying material things. Because trust me, if you get a really nice couch, it's not going to make you happy. At least it's not going to outweigh the cost of having to go and do something you don't want to do every single day. That's going to make you way more unhappy than not having a Lamborghini. Trust me. So instead, move and go live a super minimalistic lifestyle, at least for a period of time, so you can get your stuff together. And then once you've built whatever you need to build, then once you understand exactly what you need in your life and you don't need in your life, then start bringing things back into it. The thing is, most people get out of school and there's this like textbook life you need to live. Hey, get out of school, make this amount of money, obtain a bunch of stuff, and then like be in debt, man. It's like, cool. You could just not do that and it's completely fine. And you will be a lot more free. Next, number 3, just check out of the world for a bit. It's just like, here's the thing. I see people on Facebook all the time. I see these like entrepreneurs I know, and they're like complaining about something that's like going on in Seattle and like, oh, COVID, and they're making us wear masks and put a vaccine. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you complaining on social media? Why are you angry all the time? Why are you going on Twitter making yourself grumpy? You do know that you as a person are not going to control the behavior of 300 million people. People have been acting like buffoons since forever. read a history book, bro. But no, seriously, like go read any history book. People have been acting like unbelievable morons for forever. And so to sit in your house and get mad because human beings are acting like morons, it's like trying to change the weather by like getting upset at it. You could just be like, hey, it's going to rain today. And so the best thing I can do instead of getting upset is just get an umbrella. See, the reason why people get mad about other people being morons is because they think the morons are going to affect them. And that's very true. If you're broke and don't have any power, morons are going to constantly affect you. They're pretty annoying. However, if you can just obtain wealth and a wee bit of power, you can just be like, hey, I don't like the climate of moron in this country. I can just go to another country. Okay? So, long story short, you don't need to know how the government works. You don't need to know what's going on around. For example, while I'm not the world's most successful man, if things in the United States start to piss me off, I'll just move. I'll just move. It's no big deal. Like there's plenty of other countries out there where people are doing things that I agree with. And I can only really do that if I have enough power and wealth to do that. So why not focus on obtaining power and wealth versus what Bernie Sanders or Donald Trump is posting on Twitter? It's a much better, more productive thing to do. It will instantly make you more successful. This is the biggest of them, it's the biggest boy, all right? So look, there's so many things people have in their lives. They have like hobbies and they have like habits they know that are terrible for them. And here's the secret to like not having terrible hobbies and just being productive. Just don't have them in your house. I'm not joking. Like it's so simple. So for example, I love playing Super Smash Bros. And if I have a Nintendo Switch in the house, I'm going to play some Super Smash Bros. You know what I don't have in the house? I don't have a Nintendo Switch in the house, so I can't play Super Smash Bros. I really, really like burritos. I'm a big fan of burritos. I can sit down and eat like 6,000 calories of burritos. In fact, I would say I have a binge eating problem. If I have Halo Top ice cream in the house, or any amount of good food that's tasty in the house, I will eat all of it. Like on a Friday night, I'll just be like, well, I'm not going out, so I might as well consume 10,000 calories. You know how I counter that? I just don't have it in the house. And it's like it's really difficult for me to obtain these things. And people always ask me like, Alex, how do you stay productive? How do you stay so disciplined? I make it really hard for a piece of shit me to get any satisfaction. That's it. It's not because I'm like disciplined and hardcore, man. It's just because like I don't have a power cord to my television, so I can't use the television. Like, have you ever tried to get a power cord for a television, a specific brand? It's like really, it's a big pain in the butt. So if I'm going to play Nintendo Switch or I'm going to get a power cord, I have to pre-plan it by like a week and then order the power cord in. And so in your life, you're probably like, man, I was talking to a friend of mine who's worth a lot of money, but he has trouble playing League of Legends. I'm like, have you tried destroying your computer with a baseball bat? It's like, no. And then he did it. Now he doesn't play League of Legends anymore. Okay. And this is his gaming computer. He has his work computer that he can still use. Now he doesn't play League of Legends. It's that damn simple. When you're not playing League of Legends 24/7 and you have no way to access it, you don't have the temptation anymore. So you're just like, oh, what else am I going to do? And your brain's going to be like, well, I am bored. So what am I going to do? I guess I'll learn the code. I've been wanting to do that for a while. Maybe I'll learn to play guitar or maybe I'll like get in shape. So those are 4 things. And it's that damn simple. When you don't have knuckleheads to distract you, an ego-based materialistic goal in your life, the worries of the world, and the stability of whatever's going on in the government on your mind and social media and all the other nonsense that's going on there, including drama and gossip and stuff. What's happening in Logan Paul's life is not that important. Trust me, you'll get by. And then you just don't have the ability to get the quick fixes from all the dirty stuff that's making you slow down. You're just going to be more successful by default. It's not because you read a Tony Robbins book and sat in the mirror and said a success haiku for 15 hours a day. You just don't have the stupid stuff to make you go and do stupid things. And when you don't do stupid things, you're probably going to do good things. So just don't do the stupid things. And those are 4 things that will get about like 95% of it.